Hey guys, thanks for joining me. And if you like what you see, please subscribe.
Hello, peoples. I want to do a small little review of this cane from Seth Owens and Monterey Bay Knives in collaboration with CJRB, coming in at $40. Pretty good price point for a very sexy looking knife. And of course, you know Ray Laconigo from Monterey Bay Knives. He's one of my favorite designers, and this is his business partner in the same shop, I guess, or the same place, I guess you would call it, right? So yeah, before I do that, I'm going to ask you to quickly click the like button and go ahead and leave a comment. Really helps the channel. Sorry, I was looking for a couple of other knives here. Could have had them more prepared, but you know, Ray has these knives. This is a higher end one. This is titanium, right? And this is ZDP 189. The Rosalinda is absolutely banger of a knife. You'll notice they share some of the DNA as far as looking the same. Now, obviously, the materials are vastly different. On this, you've got a knife which has aluminum scales, but you still got almost that same Zerk blasted finish on here, although it's a little bit smoother. And you've got a very nice polished, stone-washed blade finish on this AR RPM 9, which I like to think of as some kind of form of spray form D2 is the best way that I can think of it. And it is a fine budget steel, especially for $40. I personally like 14C28 and more, but it's fine. Now, this, you can get a 4-finger grip on this, but it is a smaller knife. This is comparing it to the Porcupine here. And this is the Vosteed Raccoon. And what else? Oh, well, this is a Pyrite. So you can see that it's just, it feels a little small and slim. It does disappear in the pocket. So if you're carrying a lot of things in your pocket that day, this knife is fine. It's not like, I would never call it a work knife, a knife that you take out and you hard use, but it is super slicey, very pointy. Does have some nice aesthetics. Nested liner lock. Reversible pocket clip, so the lefties can enjoy. The pocket clip is rather small, and like I said, it's an overall a smaller knife, but it's not absurdly small. I just say that. But you know, it's just under 7 inches. I prefer 7.5-ish area. But having said that, I think it's absolutely fine. The action on it is fine. Okay, good. For a $40 knife, it's actually great. And you can flick it, finger flick it as well. Overall, I think that it's a good ergos. It's very thin and slicey behind the edge, and it came fairly sharp. I did strop it a couple of times. The tip is, I wouldn't call it super thin, but it is thin enough that, you know, obviously you don't want to do things that aren't knife-like with it. If you try to pry with this knife or use it as a screwdriver, it will break pretty darn fast. I like collabs that CGRB and Monterey Bay Knives do in general. I think that they do a good job together. And I don't mind this knife at all. I'd like to see more from Seth. I think that Ray Laconico overshadows Seth, and perhaps rightly so. But if this is any indication, and this is Kain, Kain, of what he can produce, what Seth can produce, I think that the future is bright for him. So I'm curious to see more of his stuff. And I would really like to see more full-sized entries from him as well. Having said that, like I said, this looks like a small knife, but it actually feels larger than it is, if that makes sense. And it definitely disappears in the pocket. You know, like I was saying, like this raccoon I've been carrying, been dogging this raccoon and this porcupine a lot lately. And you know, some of my and what do I have in my pocket? I have this Miguron right now. I think this is the Kyrix. These knives all are substantially bigger and take up a lot more room in the pocket. However, I find myself reaching for this knife when I don't want something necessarily that big in my pocket, or I'm not going to be using a knife hard that day. This is a very nice little inexpensive budget carry, gentleman's carry. And I can recommend it. Is it going to be budget knife of the year for 2025? I don't think so, but I think it'll be on the list. I think it'll be somewhere on the top 10 list, if not the top 5, depending on what else comes out this year. We've been very spoiled this year, the last couple of years with budget knives. So who knows? Competition will probably be very swift. But that is my fast little review of the Kain from CJRB. There's going to be a link down below. It'll be unaffiliated, I believe. Maybe, I don't know. If it's on Amazon, I might get $1 if you buy one. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll probably be giving this away in a giveaway video sometime soon for my Patreon supporters. So if you're interested in winning a knife every month, all you got to do, follow the link down below. And for $3 a month, you'll be entered to win a knife of the month. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you next time on Sharp Ends. Bye-bye now.